are the masters and the people have become the slaves. And we think it's time that the people become the masters and our institutions, governments, banks are the slaves. We've got it all wrong. And the Occupy movement, we fully support the Occupy movement. You know, we fully support the ethos and what they've developed through the process. But what the democratic reform movement is about the next stage of implementation and negotiation. The question is how can we make that transition from being a movement that is separate from the ordinary people's lives towards actually implementing global change that can actually begin to bring an ethical system based on compassion and working together and cooperation. So this is what the meeting is about today. The meeting is about how we can begin to facilitate a realistic change. We're not into the idea of revolution or the idea of overthrowing systems. The democratic reform movement takes a holistic view, and the holistic view is that capitalism, even though it's produced consumerism, excessive consumerism, crass materialism, corruption, environmental destruction, this global destructive competition between nation states and all the fragments in society is becoming ever more destructive. It's reaching a state in which at one point it created a sense of the desire to improve diversity. It's developed global travel, technology, the entrepreneurial spirit, the sense of individualism. So the democratic reform movement is not about making enemies or saying that people are bad and the problem is out there. What the democratic reform movement is about is recognising that as human beings we are both the problem and the solution. So instead of blaming the 1%, we are about actually beginning to work together as human beings, as a team, to begin to actually bring about a collective intelligence within global society. So the democratic reform movement has a planetary concern, a planetary perspective that looks at the social relations between nation states and corporations and recognises that none of these groups or institutions are actually separately existing parts, but are connected, interconnected, and part of the same whole that is part of something greater. So as I said, this is a new emergence. And what we want to be part of, we want to be part of a unification movement in 2012, which is working with any organisation, any movement, any group that shares the same ethos. This is not about tribalism anymore. It's about going beyond tribalism. Recognising that we are all part of the same whole and beginning to organise as one process and connecting it to people's ordinary lives. And I think the Occupy movement is brilliant in articulating the problems, and the next step is now the solutions, and how can we link those articulations that the Occupy movement have developed in the process. How can we actually begin to implement them and connect it to ordinary people's lives and the things that exist in reality today. So this is what the democratic reform movement is all about. And we're going to have a discussion. John Bunzel is part of the SIMPOL, which is, I'm sure he'll explain further later. We'll have a discussion. And we've got an independent candidate, Fimi. He is standing as the London mayor candidate as an independent, so he'll be talking too. And we have an intern who has put a massive amount of effort into this this meeting today. His name is Philippe, who'll be giving a talk, and Kieran's helped very much as well. So we're going to have a few. And we're also going to have Cyril. Cyril is part of the Occupy movement, so we thought somebody should be a representative of the Occupy movement. So I hope that we'll all get involved and we'll all focus together and recognise that we're really not that separate, and we're all part of the same thing, and we all want to, you know, make that change, and we all care. And so thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this evening. Thank you. Thank you.